Well, I mean, I think we've heard a lot of this during the general election campaign. I mean, we knew Kishida's approach to the pandemic, that he was taking it seriously, that he didn't want to appear overconfident that it was behind Japan, even though numbers have been very low. And so I think more important than any of the details, I think it really is about signaling, that he's taking things seriously. And we saw that with the response to Omicron, very quickly responding to international travel. That I think is the main thing that we're hearing from Kishida. It is his absolute top priority, and he is signaling the government is going to act swiftly and seriously and decisively when presented with new data.
It is early days, but is it clear at this stage that Japan then is ready for Omicron should it become a problem?
That we're going to have to see. And, I think some of the fundamental issues that we've seen with the Abe and Suga governments, where, the national government sets the overall direction, but a lot of implementation has to happen with local governments, and you need, a lot of coordination between central and local governments. I don't know if they've resolved all of those problems, in the last few months where they've had a bit of a respite. So, if numbers spike again, I mean, I think they're going to have challenges. I think that's something that Kishida is going to have to manage. He's talked about, making sure that there's enough hospital beds and things like that, but if numbers spike, I think they're going to have their hands full again and trying to figure out the right policy mix to get people responding and staying home and limiting their behavior to control the spread, not unlike other countries and not unlike his predecessors. But he's at least, I think his attitude is, Japan is not out of the woods yet just because its numbers are low. They have to be ready for a possible spike in case numbers. And that, I think, that's the tone he's really tried to strike really ever since he became prime minister.
And what did you make about the fiscal largesse that we've heard?
Well, you have an upper house election next year, so we shouldn't be surprised that the LDP is really rolling out a large fiscal stimulus package. The economy still needs it, in one form or another. The size of it is not surprising. Maybe after Kishida came out of the general election with a larger than expected majority, he got to convert some of that political capital into a large stimulus package that I think, will certainly help ease things heading into the upper house election campaign next year. And also, I think, maybe even more important than what it says about Kishida, it really, I think the ease with which the LDP has embraced deficit-backed stimulus packages really shows the way the post-Abe LDP is not the fiscally hawkish party that Abe inherited in 2012. This is a party that is much more comfortable with deficit spending, and that is continuing under Kishida.